Today I want to talk to you about my Fly Lady cleaning zones, where I got them, how I modified them, and how they're working for me. So stay with me. Well, hi everyone, this is Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. And today I want to come to you and talk to you about the Fly Lady zones that I use. Now, I did a cleaning video recently that was called Simple Sustainable Swaps. And how I am no longer using some products in my home and have replaced those with other more sustainable products. That swap out has made things a little bit more simplified for me. Well, I had some comments on some of those videos asking about seeing my cleaning routines and that kind of thing. So today I want to take you through and show you how I created those pages, where I got them from, how I modified them, and let you know a little bit about how they are working for me. Okay, so if that sounds interesting to you, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already. Turn those notification bells all the way on. And this is my opportunity to express my gratitude to you for liking, subscribing, and commenting on my videos. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, without further ado, let's get into OneNote and let's take a look at those cleaning pages. All right, well, here is the cleaning pages that everyone has been interested in. And really, I have a link on my weekly page. Let me see if I can show you a regular weekly page. Oh, this is one from the last video that I did, so why not? I'll go ahead and use this. If you want to check out this video, I'll leave the link up above. This is my new weekly plan for July and August. But right up here at the top of my weekly plan, I have one that's called Restock and Projects. And when I click on that, it takes me directly to this page, okay? Now, this page is called Diane in Denmark Cleaning Zones for the Fly Lady, okay? The reason that it's called that is because Diane in Denmark is where some of these things came from, okay? So if you look at them, they, in Denmark, and she's also from Scotland and moved to Denmark, they have different words for things. So we call things baseboards here. They call them skirting boards, okay? So there are some words that are different, okay? Does it matter to me? No, I know what she's talking about. These are templates now, I think, on her website, which we'll go check out in just a minute. So you could actually go in and modify and change them to meet your own needs if you want. It doesn't really bother me. I just kind of highlight the things that I need to do and I skip the other things, you know. It's not that big of a deal to me, okay? All right. So you'll see here I have 1, 2, 3 text boxes, and this is all for zone number 1. Now, the Fly Lady, and again, I will link all of the information in the description box below. The Fly Lady was the original one who came up with these cleaning zones. And Diane in Denmark has kind of modified them a little bit to match what she needs to do. And then again, I have taken them because every house is different, okay? So for example, zone 1 is the entryway, meaning whatever your entryway is, your outside porch. Some of you may have a covered porch. You know, the hallway or the foyer when you first enter your home. And then they add the dining room because usually the dining room is right off of the entryway in many homes, but it may not be. Maybe you want to, instead of do the dining room, maybe you want to do your office space or something like that. What the Fly Lady does is she breaks your house into 5 different zones. And the concept is that you do a deep cleaning in each of those zones once a month, okay? So as you rotate around, your house is always presentable because you're doing that deep cleaning a little bit as you go through each of these areas, okay? So for example, zone 1 is, like I said, the entry hall and the dining room, okay? Just a quick overview here. Zone 2 is your kitchen area. Now, you see my kitchen area also has an attached eating area where there's a kitchen table. So I kind of consider those two the same area, okay? We also have a sunroom that is attached, and I also consider that, like that whole end of the house down there, I kind of consider that my kitchen area, okay? For bathrooms, so we have the bathroom. I also included you can see my little text box on the top there, the bathroom, the laundry room, and my linen closet. So up there, the linen closet and the laundry room. And then in zone 4, those would be the bedrooms, the master bedroom and the guest bedroom, you know, the library, all of those extra rooms that are upstairs. And then zone 5 is the living room. Now in my house, I have this room that I am currently sitting in, which is our family room. And then I have a formal living room, which has our piano and that kind of thing. It's more like a parlor, meaning that it is a place when guests come, we sit in that room. There's no television, there's no distractions or anything like that. And so both of those rooms get done at the same time. Okay, and that's it. Those are your 5 zones. So months that have 5 weeks in them, you hit every zone. The living room, which is zone 5, and the entryway and dining room, which is zone 1, those tend to be areas of your home that are not worked as hard, I guess. You know, the kitchens and the bathrooms get dirty all the time. And so she likes to devote a whole week to the kitchens and the bathrooms for that deep cleaning. And of course, if you're like me and you have more than just your own master bedroom or your kids' rooms, you know that those can get out of control pretty quickly as well. So they have a full week to themselves, but sometimes if a month only has 4 weeks, the living room and the entryway and the dining room kind of get a shared week. So zone 1 and 5 sometimes overlap and they get a shared week, okay? You could do it differently if you wanted to based on your own house. This is really just an outline for how I do things here at my house, okay? Now, back up to the top, you'll see lots of colors and things on here. What I tend to do is I tend to go through and highlight things that I need to make sure that I do every month, okay? So let me zoom in a little bit here for you. All right, so for example, zone 1, the entry, the hall, and the dining room. I always make sure I scan the room, the porch, and put things away, okay? And then I dust the ceilings and the corners with my long microfiber dusting, which I know I didn't show you in my sustainable swaps, but you know, maybe I'll have to do another one, I don't know. Dust and wipe the skirting boards. In American homes, we call that the baseboard, that little piece of molding that goes from the floor, you know, and starts up the wall, which I think is just a great dust catcher in my house. But anyway, and then wipe down the door handles and the light switches. I don't have dust flat surfaces and windowsills because I don't have any windowsills in my entryway, so I don't need to do that, okay? Dust the dining chairs and tables. Well, right now, instead of a dining room table, I have a large cutting and sewing table in my dining room because we weren't really using it as a dining room, so I decided to convert it into a nice cutting area for me to do my crafting in, okay? So I don't have tables and chairs in there, so I don't have to do that, okay? And then shine the windows, the glass doors, and the mirrors. Now, you can see from my house, I do have lots and lots of windows, and like I talked about in my cleaning video, I like to use just a damp microfiber cloth, wipe the windows, go back over it with the polishing cloth, and wipe the windowsills and stuff, and I'm pretty much done. If there's 3 or 4 windows in a room, you know, it doesn't take very long to do that. Maybe 5 minutes max. And I'm not bringing out, you know, Windex and paper towels and, you know, all of that, newspaper and all that kind of stuff. I just use my microfiber cloths, okay? All right. dust the lamps, and that means especially like the chandelier in the dining room, which is still hanging above the cutting table now. But a detailed vacuum session, I used to have that highlighted, but I tell you what, that little Roomba that my daughter got me for Christmas, you know, he just kind of does his own thing and has his own path. But man, he gets up underneath the console tables and around the chairs of the bar stools, and you know, he just does a great job. And I have him programmed to come out every morning at 9 o'clock while I'm doing my morning routine, and he's doing his thing, and we're getting those floors done, and it's been wonderful. It really has been wonderful. So I'm not having to do a detailed vacuum session because Roomba's taking care of that for me. Okay. Don't have a stove or fireplace in that area. Again, could I go in and modify these things and take it off? Yes, but to me, it's not that important. I don't need to worry about that. So I'll just jump down here to wipe down the front door. Yes, you know, get the fingerprints and stuff off, and sweep the porch. Okay. So I do that almost every day. Okay. Then change over the decorations or the floral decorations. She has that listed on her list. Okay. Let's move over to declutter, because the other thing that Diana Denmark talks a lot about is a good way to keep your house clean is to declutter, to get rid of a lot of the clutter that you might have in your house. So while you're working in that zone of the entry hall or the dining room, these are some things to think about decluttering. Look at the hall cupboard. Check your shoes, your coats, your gloves, your seasonal items, scarves, shopping bags, umbrellas, you know, all of that stuff that might be seasonal. When you're in the dining room, do you have extra china or glassware or cutlery that is special for something, but maybe you've decided you don't need it anymore, or maybe you want to put it in another location? Just think about it. As you're going through, look at your table linens and your accessories, your napkin holders, your serving pieces, your pitchers, that kind of thing. Go through your wine cabinet or your spirits cabinet to see if there's anything that either needs to be replaced or thrown away. Okay. She happens to keep books and reference books in her entryway area. That's not something that applies to me, so I don't think about those things when I'm in that area. My music and my piano is in my living room, so that would not be something that I would do during zone 1. But if it was one of those months where the living room and the dining rooms kind of combine together, then that may be a time to do that. Okay. Candlesticks, bits and bobs, which we would call knickknacks, or just decorative pieces, and then any cushion covers or rugs. I do have a rug in my entryway, and from time to time, I will replace it, not seasonally, but I kind of keep a generic rug in there. Okay. So cleaning, decluttering, and then I liked the idea of adding on this same page restocking items for that particular area and projects. Let's first talk about restocking. So in the entry hallway and the dining room, restocking, one thing that might need restocking is light bulbs. Do I have a light bulb in the chandelier that is about to burn out or that I can see is flickering? Go ahead and replace that. Reset timers as time changes. So in those rooms, almost in every room of my house, I have a small light that is on a timer. And when the time changes for daylight savings time and off of daylight savings time, I need to go back in and reset those timers. And in the summertime, I set them for later because here it doesn't get dark until like 9 o'clock. So there's no point in having the lights come on at 5 when I don't need them until 9 o'clock. But in the wintertime, it gets dark here about 4:30, so I do want them coming on at least by 5 so that I have light in those rooms, during the wintertime. So resetting those timers as the time changes. Might want to swap out some seasonal plants or seasonal decor that I might have. And I have candles in the windows in my dining room and my living room along the front of the house. And every fall I go back in and I put brand new batteries in those. And those usually last from late October through until February or March. So, and then by March I really don't need them. So that works out great. Okay. So that's restocking in those areas. And then projects. I wanted to paint the windowsills in the dining room. I added new seat cushions for the porch chairs in 2023. There's a slate walkway that leads up to my front porch, and I like to clean that in October just to make sure it doesn't have any moss or anything growing on it for the wintertime. And then I power wash the porch in May after all of the pollen is gone. Okay, so those are projects that I know that need to be done for that particular area. Okay, so the same thing happens. These 4 items: cleaning, decluttering, restocking, and projects. The same thing happens for zone 2 in the kitchen, zone 3, zone 4, the bedrooms, and zone 5. Okay. Now you're going to ask me, well, Crystal, how did you get these? Where did they come from? Okay. Well, I'm going to show you that. We're going to jump over to Google and take a look at that. Okay. So I told you that they came from Diane in Denmark. Well, here is Diane in Denmark. She is a life coach. She has a YouTube channel. I will link her information below if you would like to check her out. She's very upbeat, and she does lots of wild and crazy things, and I enjoy watching her. But she does have these free Fly Lady printables and templates and zone ideas, okay? So if you go on down, you can see that she has right here on top this weekly cleaning plan. The cleaning plan really is what the Fly Lady calls your weekly home blessing. That means that you take each one of these things that she has listed here and you spend 10 minutes on them, and you do them once a week. So once a week you take your duster and you go through the house for 10 minutes and you dust all of your surfaces. Then you take the vacuum for 10 minutes and you go through the quick and dirty areas, you know, those high traffic areas, to get up anything like that. Shine the mirrors in the windows in places that people look the most, like in the bathroom or something like that. Do a quick mop of the, again, high traffic areas, maybe by your back door or in the kitchen right outside the refrigerator. Quick mop of those areas. Cull all of your papers and documents and go through those. I do that as part of my weekly review every Friday. Recycling and take the trash out. Some people do that daily. I don't. I use the big 13-gallon bags, and I take my trash out once a week, usually on Sunday evening after I've cleaned out the fridge and all that kind of stuff, and then change the sheets, okay? So that is your simple weekly home blessing that you do once a week. I do some of that on Friday and some of that on Sunday, depending on, what it is I happen to be doing, okay? So only in the high traffic areas, meaning if somebody knocks on the door, the majority of the house looks presentable, okay? All right. Then Diane's got a couple of pictures of her house here. She talks about the Fly Lady zone, and you can click here for the free template. Well, she's added these templates later. What I started doing, I don't know, almost 5 years ago now, is I just went on her website and I said, okay, I like this. And I see that she's now adding this restocking here. I said, I like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to copy this image. And I copied the image and I took it back to OneNote. Let me move over a little bit here and show you. And I went over here to a clean page and I clicked paste. Okay. And there came her, you can see, if I add this over top here, she's changed it up a little bit, which is fine. So she has the, actually, sorry, this is the zone 1. Let me take you back up to zone 1. Okay, so you can see here her zone 1. It says, zone 1 entry hall dining room. She's taken off the cute little graphic that was there years ago when I got it, but that doesn't matter. I can put my own icon there if I want. And then she has her whole list. She has her declutter list, and she has her restocking, okay? As you can see here from mine, restocking was not a thing that she had originally for this zone. That was something that I added. So now she has on her restocking fresh flowers or plants, candles, and light bulbs. Okay, so there you go. All right, so that's all I did is I did that. I put the graphic on the screen, and then I right-clicked it and said set picture as background. So let me show you in a clean area what I did. Let's just move it over here. Okay. There we go. So there is Diane's 2024 version. So I will right-click on that, go down here to set picture as background, and then you see that all the dot and dash lines go away. I can then go in and highlight things if I want. Oh, that's not a good color. I can then go in and highlight things that I want. You know, I can add graphics. I can write on top of it. You know, if I want to take something out, you know, I can draw a line through it, whatever I want to do. Okay? All right. So that's how I got this information here, the entry hall, the declutter, and then these two things that I added on top. You see here, this is simply a text box that I added. I simply created a box and said restock, and then started listing the items that need to be restocked and projects, and added the things that needed to be written down as projects. Okay. So back to Diane in Denmark, I then went down and she's talking about doing the 15 minutes. She spends 15 minutes working in these areas. And you see here on her latest version for Zone 2, she now has added cleaning, decluttering, restocking, and projects. So, so that's great. I didn't realize that she had added those things. That's pretty cool. Okay. And then she's done the same thing for Zone 3, plus one other area. I added the laundry room and the linen closet. And she has here seasonal projects, clean the grout or reapply, touch up paint on dings and scuff marks. Good ideas. And there's the bedroom. Now for the bedroom, it's interesting. She does not have restock or projects for the bedroom. So that's kind of interesting. And then the living room, she has projects, but nothing under projects. Okay. All right. One of the things that I think is very helpful about the restocking and stuff, especially in the kitchen and the bathroom, is I know once a month when I get to the kitchen and the bathroom, so those 2 weeks, I'm going to be restocking things that are in the pantry. Do I need to bring sugar from downstairs up? Do I need to bring, sliced pecans from the refrigerator that I put in my oatmeal every morning? Do I need to bring those into the pantry? Okay. I also replenish my soaps and my dish liquid. Even if they're not empty, I top them off, okay? I bring up a new roll of paper towels, and if I don't need it on the countertop, I will put it in the pantry so it is ready in case somebody needs it. I will put out new napkins, so that they are available for dinner time. I will look at my salt and pepper shakers and refill those. The sugar and Truvia that goes beside the coffee and tea station, that gets refilled at least once a month. And then I will switch out the candles or whatever candle warmer might be using in the kitchen. That way I'm never really out of things, and I know that if I'm running low, I can go ahead and add those to my grocery list. Okay. And for projects for things in the kitchen, some of these are kind of maintenance things that I want to remember, like oiling down or waxing down my cutting boards, sharpening my knives, doing any seasonal decor changes. I don't do a lot in my kitchen for seasonal decor changes, but I do like to just take a look at that. Are there seasonal towels that I want to hang up? Is there a different color candle that I want to put out? And then the bathroom, same kind of thing for the restocking. I think it's important. These are things that I like to restock. So medicine, first aid supplies, make sure there's Band-Aids in each of the little first aid kits underneath of the sinks. Toothpaste and change the toothbrush heads. I do that every 6 months. Again, top off those soaps at the sink. I use a big bottle of the liquid soap and I just go around and refill the ones in the bathroom. I also will refill our shampoo and conditioner bottles from, again, the bigger containers that I keep underneath the sink, refill those in the shower. Put fresh toilet paper, usually 3 rolls in each bathroom. I have determined that for our family, 3 rolls of toilet paper with the guests that we have works great for a month's supply. So if I do that once a month, nobody really has to ever run out of toilet paper. Also look at my cleaning supplies, you know, and I added down here, make new cleaner. When I did the sustainable swaps video, I talked about my use of Dawn and white vinegar. So that's what I mean by make new cleaner. I make some of that and put it in the spray bottles in each bathroom. Okay. And I also check to make sure deodorant, shaving products, hygiene products, sunscreen, all of that. How are we doing? Are we getting low? Should I put it on the shopping list? You know, just kind of a restock and inventory of things that are going on in the bathrooms. All right. And then here you see, you know, seasonal decor. I change out. I put my purple stuff in, my light purple stuff in the springtime, and I put my burgundy stuff back in the fall. Okay. When I reapplied the grout was in February of 2023. It's nice to know when I did that, okay? And I did the laundry room decluttering of the hangers, put new bins on the shelves, clean the appliances. And then I also have a little note down here about how to clean that washing machine, okay? So that I don't have to be the only one to do that. Other people can look in here and say, oh, baking soda in the drum and vinegar in the soap dispenser. I got it. Run it empty, let it clean. Okay. All right. And then even for the bedroom, I have a little fridge in my bedroom. So I put fresh water in there. I make sure that I have trash bags for the bedroom. I make sure I have tissues for the bedroom. I will also swap out, you know, any seasonal decor or candles, that kind of thing. All right. Okay. So let's see. We talked about all of that. Now, these little icons that you see here, those were on the originals that I got from the Fly Lady. I see that she's no longer using those little icons, but we all know where we can get icons from, right? That's right, PowerPoint. Or you can have stickers of them or whatever you like. Speaking of stickers, that's all this is down here. This is a sticker that I bought, I believe. This is probably from Pretty Planner Place. I'm not sure, but I will leave a link to these pretty stickers in the description box below. And you see, I've just added them here and there to make things pretty. That's all. It doesn't really add anything to it except make it look pretty when I am using it. Okay? All right. So the zones are the deep cleaning for each particular area of your house. Once a week, 1 week a month, you focus on each of those areas. The other thing that Diana Denmark and the Fly Lady talk about is having a good morning routine and a good example of a good evening routine. Okay. Again, these are from Diana Denmark, and she does a LOL, which is a load of laundry. I don't do a load of laundry every day with just the 3 of us, and my daughter does her own laundry. I don't do any of that. So with just the 2 of us, we don't need to do laundry every day. But, you know, we do it once a week and then, you know, something else, sheets, towels, something like that later on in the week. But good morning routine. I have my coffee, my medications, eat my breakfast. Yes. She opens the bedroom windows, takes a shower, and tidies the bathroom. Yep. Get dressed, make the bed, hang up and put away laundry, choose tomorrow's outfit. Okay. I would say that's part of the evening routine, not the morning routine. But again, these are just ideas. Your routine will be different based on what you have to do. Okay. Check your dinner plan is always a good idea. Do you need to take something out to thaw? Do you need to put something in the crock pot? Do you need to put, you know, something on the grocery list if you're going out? Check your calendar. Is anything coming up today that you need to do? Drink your water, eat your fruit, do a short exercise. She happens to swim in freezing cold Denmark water. I don't think I could do that. And then your self-care break. Okay. Again, everybody's morning routine looks a little bit different. And then she has an example of an evening routine where she starts dinner, she washes up as she goes, and then packs lunch, and wipes down the counter, the table, the sink, cleans the sink well, and then she actually sets up her table for breakfast for the next morning, preps her coffee, and then she shuts down her kitchen. Like, no, nobody's allowed in the kitchen anymore. She has this little basket that she calls her pamper basket, and she's got little snacks in there, but you don't go back in the kitchen. She checks her calendar, picks her outfit for tomorrow, gets her keys, purse, and computer bag and all that stuff ready in her drop spot, ready to go out the door in the morning. And then she does something that she calls a poopa, which is a pick up and put away. I've called it for years a 10-minute tidy, where I go around and pick up and put away any things that are left out from the evening. No screens, hopefully the last hour of the evening. Go to bed at a reasonable time, and sweet dreams, okay? And then she has this weekly, this weekly cleanup. This is the one where you're kind of doing a whole house blessing, is what the Fly Lady calls it. And that's where you spend 10 minutes each week, change the sheet, pick up the papers, dust, vacuum, take the trash out, quick mop, and clean any mirrors that might be, dirty or spotty, okay? All right. So you see, I just have collected on this page little things from Diane in Denmark. The Fly Lady also does these specific days. And so I've tried doing that, and they don't always work for me. Like Monday is her upkeep clean. I would rather do my upkeep clean on Friday. That's when I have always done it, so that the house is clean and presentable for the weekend in case I'm having guests come over. So I automatically don't do it on Monday. I do it on Friday. She has Tuesday as her plan and play day. That is where she, makes her plan for the next week and, has fun. I tend to do that on Sunday. So, that doesn't work for me either. Wednesday is her anti-procrastination day, which means take that thing that you're trying not to do, that you've been procrastinating against doing, and go ahead and get that done on Wednesday. I tend to do that on Tuesday. I call it Tackle It Tuesday. So again, it doesn't really work for me. The ideas are good, but I have to fit them into my own schedule, okay? Thursday or Monday is a good day for me to do errands. And if I am doing errands, that's also usually the day that I tidy up the car, and make sure that there's nothing in there. I go through my purse on Friday when I do my weekly review. My husband and I have date night on Thursday night. So, all of these ideas are good ideas. They just don't particularly work for me in the way that both Diane and the Fly Lady have them. And that's okay. You do what works for you, right? Okay. All right. So now you see where I get the information from. You see how I have it organized. You see how I have highlighted the things that I do at least during that deep cleaning for the month. And I have my restock and projects over here. I think that is very helpful. Okay. All right. And you can see all through here, I have extra little boxes that I've added. So this one happens to be for the bedroom. And I added a little box down here that says, wash and put away winter clothing and jackets, get out spring and summer clothing, locate bathing suits and check that they fit. Because that's important. All right. Well, there you go. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing my cleaning schedule. That's not really my cleaning schedule. It originally came from the Fly Lady, and then I just took what Diane in Denmark had done, where she's giving these printables away for free, and created my own, added to them, changed, modify, all that kind of thing. Okay? Really, ladies, it's just us trying to help each other get it all done and stay sane and keep the house looking reasonably clean and, making time for yourself. Really, that's the whole concept behind the Fly Lady is, she wants you to not have a spotless house. She wants you to have a presentable house and time for yourself. So all of these things should not take hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to do. They should be done in a quick time frame so that you can get on with living your life and doing the things that you want to do. All right? All right. Well, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment. I will do my best to answer. And again, I will link Diana Denmark and I will link the original Fly Lady in the description box below so that you can check those out. And until next time, here's hoping that you can live a more simplified and organized life through better planning. I use OneNote and the Fly Lady system. Until next time, okay, bye.